So today I'm going to show you how to change your auto invest setup from Vanguard. So if you've been having trouble on how to go through this process, this is the video for you. So what we're going to do is jump onto the computer here so you can see this happening in real time on my Vanguard portfolio. So here on the actual desktop, we see us logged in to our Vanguard account. So what we want to do is kind of hover over where we see my accounts, and then down here towards the bottom area, we're going to see where it says buy and sell. So we go ahead and click on here, and it brings up a couple of different options for us. So if you already have automatic transfers going through, what we want to actually do is click right here where it says set up an automatic transaction, even if you already have one set up, just like I do. So we click on here, and what it's going to do is it's going to bring you to this option. It shows you a whole bunch of things, right? It looks really perplexing if you just stare at it for a moment. But what we want to do is click right over here where it says automatic investment. You can see how mine says active. If it says inactive for you, then you can go ahead and click on there and it'll take you through the process too. So we click on here. And what this does is brings up our overall account. Now I have a couple different accounts on here. So what you can see here is I have one for myself, which is right over here. It's my Roth IRA, or it's my regular IRA. And then I have my wife's Roth IRA down here at the bottom. Now these are two different accounts that were essentially combined into one. But what you can see over here is with my account, I actually have 3 different investments that I have going in every single month, or actually every single week, I should say. And I can see right over here where it says view schedule / skip investment. I can click edit or delete. Now, depending on what you're trying to do is if you're trying to change this, we're going to click on edit right over here. And then what it's going to do is it's going to bring up this, and this might look again a little confusing, but hopefully this will get this going for you. Also too, this works whether it's an IRA account or a regular taxable account too. The only big difference is if it's an investment for retirement, you're going to see this contribution part here at the very top where it shows how much left you can still contribute, which is so great to keep that tracked. So for us, what we're going to do here is we're going to see right over here which bank it's coming from, how often it's going to be pulled from, when the next scheduled payment is. Obviously we're doing it weekly, and then how long you want it to go. And then here is most likely what you need is how much you want to have invested. Now, because we're doing weekly, we chose 100. Obviously, if you only can do, $50 a month, you can change it to, bi-weekly $25 or however you want it. Now also too, right over here, you're going to see where it says allocate your investment. It's either by percentage, or you can do by dollar, or you can do equally. So I personally like to do by percentage. It just makes it a little easier for me. And what this really means is how much of my money is going into each of these 3 different funds that I have. So you can see the 3 different funds right over here. And then you can see the percentages over here. So this top one right here, the Vanguard 500 index, gets 65% of the actual deposit. So because it's 100, that's $65. The next one over here, you can see here it's Explorer Fund. That one gets 5% of my money, which is $5. And then we have the US Growth Fund right here from Vanguard, which is 30%, which is $30. But again, I just do percentages in case this number ever changes for me. It just makes things a little bit easier. So what you want to do is just make sure that all of that percentages equal out to 100%, so that way Vanguard can do the process properly to make sure. Because if you change any of these to a different number, it is not going to be the total amount invested. So you can see that drop to $99 instead of the 100 that we're doing. So just make sure that you are doing that properly. Once you have set everything up in place and that is all good to go, you can go ahead and click on continue. Now, before we do that, the one thing too is I only have 3 funds in my overall portfolio, which are these ones. If you had more, you will actually see additional funds here that maybe aren't being invested in that you want to continue to invest in the future. If you want to add new funds, that is a separate process, which I will take you through in the future. Now, if you want to go through that process right over here, once you added the changes in percentages, we're going to go ahead and click on continue right over here. And it's going to bring up this whole setup here. It is just saying to review and submit. So it's going to say the automatic investments, how much dollar amount is going to go into each one. If it's a retirement account, it'll show you how much is going to be invested for the remainder of that given year, and then how much it's going to be for the following year based off of your numbers. And then pretty much everything else is going to be appear. Now, once you do all of that, then what you can do is go ahead and click on submit. And then in the following page, you will get a confirmation number right over here. So we're going to click on that and see. So there's our confirmation number right there. If you want to keep that, you can. Otherwise, you will be good to go. And then this will go in the next following trade. So that way all of your investments are changed up as needed. Now, if you want to keep on learning with Vanguard and all the different tools that you can utilize here on this platform, check out my next video right over here to keep on learning. My name is Dennis, and I will see you in that next video.